Increase in social security benefits, and the biggest question is that are we moving towards a good news as social security announces major change for three groups and you need to see if you're on the list. Well, things are changing very quickly for millions of these recipients.
We have a proposal. The proposal is called Social Security 2100, and that's exactly what it does. It makes sure that no one can retire into poverty. We have over 5 million Americans who have paid into Social Security and get below poverty level checks.
Yes, it includes SSI, SSDI, and Veteran Affairs beneficiaries as well. Remember that when it comes to changes in Social Security, some very important developments are here. But look at this. If you're on Social Security, you need to do this before December 31st. Yes, you heard it right. There are a lot of changes, but these changes require your attention. If you don't act on time, things can go against you. But the increase in Social Security is something that the people need right now, and it seems like we are moving towards a very good news. But at the same time, John Larson came in front and he said enough is enough. It's time to give money to Americans who deserve, and we are talking about seniors, Social Security, SSI, SSDI, as well as railroad retirement beneficiaries. Let's go into the details. The Social Security Administration has announced several changes set to go into effect next year to address inflation and the financial stability for more than 70 million recipients. The changes are set to affect those who retire, those who receive disability payments and Veteran Affairs benefits, and others who rely on Social Security benefits. One of the top changes likely to have the most impact is the cost of living adjustment COLA, which is designed to keep Social Security payments increased in line with inflation. Remember, this is of course the regular increase that the Social Security recipients receive every single year, but we are talking about the additional increase. We are talking about across the board increases in Social Security benefits, as John Larson said in his proposal. And the things are changing very quickly because Bernie Sanders finally agreed to work with Donald J. Trump. And if you remember, Bernie Sanders is the same person who introduced the $2,400 increase in Social Security. And we are talking about Donald J. Trump, who was also in line to eliminate taxes on Social Security. Imagine getting a $200 monthly increase means $2,400 increase, fixed increase in your benefits, as well as no taxes. It's going to change a number of lives, because remember that around 5 million Social Security recipients are living in poverty right now. Well, let's go towards the details of what you need to do. Well, the end of the calendar year is a good time to assess your financial situations and make a plan for new year. And while it can be challenging to find time for number crunching when you're busy making holiday travel plans and wrapping gifts, it's an important thing to do nonetheless. If you're on Social Security, you should know that benefits are getting cost of living adjustment COLA for 2025, and that could impact your finances. So now a good time to see what you may be looking at. Yes, you heard it right. You need to do some certain things in order to get this increase in line, but at the same time, the across the board increase is something that Social Security recipient has been waiting for a very long time. And yes, there are a lot of things to discuss in this video, but one thing is very important, and that is the statement from John Larson, a longtime advocate for Social Security. He said that his proposal will increase the benefits across the board, and he stood on the floor and said some astonishing things. I'm going to show you this entire video clip from the House floor where John Larson said something that sent shockwaves across the nation. But first, we need to look at this. The increase calculated based on economic data from this year is set to be about 2.5%, and it's intended to ensure financial stability. There are a number of important changes set to be enacted in the Social Security system next year. So what are those numbers? These are very important. One of them is the change in the retirement age when Americans are eligible for Social Security benefits. The current range for full retirement is between 66 to 67, depending on birth year, though Americans can start collecting reduced benefits at the age of 62. Full retirement may be advanced sometimes in the future to closer to 68 and possibly even higher. The change is intended to modify the system in line with the higher life expectancy of Americans and to ensure the long-term sustainability of the system. You need to understand one thing right here, that Social Security recipients who are really struggling right now, they are not able to put 3 meals a day on the table for themselves and their loved ones. So now you can see that life expectancy is going higher, which is indeed a controversial thing right now, because as soon as COLA is adjusted, that is 2.5% for next year, people are saying that this COLA is not justified because the inflation is much higher and 2.5% increase in Social Security is simply not enough. And don't forget the Medicare Part B premium, which will completely erase the 2.5% increase in Social Security benefits. But what about that if you are on Social Security and you need to see a change? Yes, we are going to talk about it, but first let's watch this complete video clip from John Larson and see what he has to say. Then I'll come back and give you all the details about these very important updates.
Nobody gets wealthy on Social Security. The average is $18,000 per male, $14,000 per female. And as I said, 5 million of our fellow citizens are getting below poverty level checks on a commitment they made to their government to get the insurance. And that's what we're talking about here, is insurance. Social Security also is one of the most efficient government programs. Its administrative costs are under 1%. There's no other agency that does that, and services over 70 million people. I also like to remind my colleagues on the other side of the aisle that Social Security is important because it impacts your district directly. Mr. Speaker, for example, you have 134,536 recipients. 95,000 plus are retirees, 15,000 are disabled, 8,756 are widows, and 9,942 are children.
These are astonishing numbers. Remember that 70 million Social Security recipients are consist of either seniors, disabled American, and children. And when we see that the government is not spending money on Social Security but giving billions of dollars to other nations, and we read that from your comments, it's indeed quite shocking. But a number of people actually asked me in the previous video as well, what about SSI and SSDI recipients? What do I have for them? Well, the simple answer is that if Social Security enhances, these benefits will enhance as well because they are connected to each other. So you need to understand that while SSI and SSDI, means Supplemental Security Income and Social Security Disability Insurance, are indeed two very important programs as well. But if Social Security benefits will go higher, so as these programs as well. But there's one very important thing to know. A number of people are saying that SSI and SSDI are burden on the government finances and they need to eliminate it. But there's no official warning or no official statement yet. We'll keep you updated with that, but look at this with the details that you need to know, and this is very important. You need to set yourself up for success. In 2025, Social Security benefits are increasing by 2.5%. So now the time to see what the actually means for your finances in the new year. One thing is to keep in mind that 2025, the cost of Medicare Part B premium is rising from $174.70 per month to $185. So if you're enrolled in Social Security and Medicare at the same time and therefore pay your Part B premium out of your monthly benefit automatically, the extra $10.30 is going to reduce your 2025 COLA, leaving you with smaller boost. But the good news is that Social Security Administration should sending you a letter. This is very important. You should receive a letter this month detailing how your monthly checks will be changing, how you can access the information online if you have an account at ssa.gov. So you should be able to see exactly how much of a boost you're getting. Now, it's indeed very shameful to share, but we can say that these are the things that you can do right now. Joining the gig economy for extra income. Yes, I know you have contributed all your life and now you have to rely on jobs and gig economies. Well, that's how the system is right now. Renting out a room in your house, downsizing to a smaller living space, see if it's feasible to give up a car, making changes to your Medicare coverage so your plan is cheaper. Well, of course, these are shocking things, but unfortunately, these are the things and these are the steps that you need to take if you would like to see a change in your finances. Well, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video very soon. Till then, please take care and have a nice day.